last night, and one of the girl's friends decided that she wanted to sell. So she contacted me after the party was over and told me she wanted to sign up. So I got on the phone with her today and chatted for a little bit. So I think she's going to sign up next week, I think is what she told me. But I was pretty excited about it.
That's awesome. Thanks, Karen. That's exciting.
I'm excited.
Does anyone else have some wins they want to share today?
I've got one.
Okay.
Hey there. So pretty big win. Yesterday we went and picked up a boat, a party barge, and which I'm paying for with paparazzi. And so I'm super excited about that. But we had to drive 4 hours to pick it up. And on the way down, I was networking and working my business. And I got 2 maybes yesterday on the way down. And then we went and had lunch. And then I met a super nice lady, took some jewelry. Our waitress gave her the jewelry. She was excited. So I got a new customer and possibly another maybe, and worked my business all the way home. So it was a very productive and fun day. So yeah, it was kind of a win-win all the way around.
Yeah.
It was
Thank
a good
you for
day.
sharing.
You're welcome.
Let's see. Anyone else have anything they want to share? I'm also looking at Facebook. If anyone on Facebook has anything, go ahead and drop it in the comments. Let's see, anything else?
Good afternoon, everyone.
Hi, Miss Tanya.
Hi, Miss Callie. Is it Callie or Kelly?
Kaylee.
Kaylee.
Yeah.
Happy to have you again, Miss Kaylee. You do such a
Happy to see you. You look awesome. I love your outfit.
Listen, one of those days you throw it together.
Well, you look awesome. Thank you for hopping on.
Appreciate that.
We're streamed over to Facebook already, just so you know.
Great. Yep, I saw the notification. Great job.
Perfect.
Yeah, Eric was going into his many stories, and I looked up. I was like, oh, it's 2:30 already.
Yeah.
So we were going through the questions in chat. Did we do any wins?
Yeah, so actually we were just going through some wins. We had a few people share their wins, and I think unless anyone else has anything they want to share, I think we're good there. So we're just now ready to get into the content for today.
And great, it's a great segue, team. Afternoon once again. I am Tanya Enix. Thank you, Mama Frank and Frank Diva's team for allowing me to be part of this platform. It is very encouraging and very exciting for me. All right, so this is more for me than it is for you. I want to say that. Great segue to today's lesson. Today's lessons is questions to help you refine those skills. So Q&A session. I'll start off. Eric came back. He wasn't 100%, but he was 98.9% today. So he gave us the lesson and he just opened up the forum for questions. His goal today was to actually draw out our issues or the things that we may be running into with some difficulties and some ways to film over that, to address that, to keep it going along and movement. So in that first 30 minutes, team, 2 questions were answered. But I thought that was perfect because we can come right here to this platform that is specifically designed for us as independent consultants and get specific questions, and we can get you those answers. So one of the great questions actually was one of my questions I want to share with you. First question Sheila gave was, when you send the tool and you ask, how long will it be till you get a chance to get the tool? If I call you back at this time, you think you'll have a chance to review that? Sheila was having a problem at that stage. You send the tool, no response. What do you do? So I've experienced this too. So I think that groom myself to not be emotional about it when it takes people 2-3 days or even a week to respond to your message. Team, I've had people come back from February and respond. Yeah, you can send me the tool. Okay, let's pick up where we left off. So that is the instruction, team. Your contact doesn't respond to you. It's been days, weeks, maybe even. Don't let those weeks pass. You go right back into that messenger or whichever way that you guys communicated, and you ask them again, did you get a chance to use the tool? It only takes 3 to 5 minutes. I'm telling you, you go in with the compliments again, team. This would be a perfect opportunity for you. I see you doing very well in this business, or whatever has drawn that potential to you to open your eyes. You compliment them on that, and you push forward. But that was the gist of it, team. You just keep moving along. Don't try to worry about forcing it. I'm going to send them a tool a day, and then tomorrow I'm going to sign them up, and then the next day. No, in reality, it doesn't work like that. If they don't respond, hey, take a couple of days, a week or so, follow up. Did you get a chance? I know you're busy, but it only takes 3 minutes of your life, and I promise it'll be the best 3 minutes of your day. You encourage them. So that was the advice. And what I took away from that was, because I'm guilty of this, I have a hard time concealing my emotions. I do it subconsciously. But the advice is try not to show that frustration or that eagerness. Don't be so tenacious in trying to grab them and get them to your side of the road. Natural conversations, team. We've been talking about that from the beginning. Make it natural. Don't make it weird. Fraser said that all the time in our 90-day social. Don't make it weird. If you feel like you're pestering them, ask. I don't want to be a bother. I don't want to be a pest, but if I'm reaching out too much, let me know. But I really think that this would be great for you. So that was the gist of that question. I thought it was a great one. Don't be bothered if that tool was sent, you got no response. Keep following up. And the rule here, team, is you have so many in the funnel. Remember the honey in the funnel? You have so many prospects going into the funnel that you're sending tools to. You don't have time to be emotional behind the 1 or 2 that never responded. That is the goal. That is the mindset that we want you to be in. Constantly, every day, you're pouring value into those people and your social media, your platforms, your hot, warm, cold markets, and people will start to respond and you'll engage in those conversations. And we all know that the money is in the messenger. So keep those conversations going. Don't be plighted if it takes a couple of days to get to a tool, another week or 2 after the tool. Don't be bothered by that. You should have so many going that that cycle never ends. The second question that was asked really quickly, and we'll open the floor for questions. Now, I had a hard time applying this to us because we are independent consultants. We start at a small level and we gradually grow our clientele, our business, our platform, whatever your direction is. This question was based more about, are larger group sales more profitable, or finding that stay-at-home mom who needs that buffer between paychecks and offering them the opportunity? Eric said, write this down. So I'm going to say, write this down. The big deal is the little deal, and the little deal is the big deal. Meaning, when we think on a large, grand scale, really, what will that return? I say that about business cards. I'll do 500, 800 business cards, but statistically, it shows that you only get about a 1%, 1.5% a return on business cards. Look at it like that, team. When we do our lives, the return on your lives. Now, some lives are booming than others, but know that people are watching. Don't get lost in the sauce. A live is a tool to offer the opportunity, the jewelry sales, and a way to get in an insight on you. Because remember, it is those who like, love, and trust us how we get the sales and the prospects. So Eric just encouraged us to start off with the small, which we're doing, team. We're building families $5 at a time, each one of us on this platform and more. keep with the small and gradually build that. If you can gain 5 partners in a day, go for it. But it's those small increments that builds the great mountain versus going out there and doing a big collab of recruiting, and it just leaves a hole in your pocket with very little return. So just know, he said this is how the professionals do it. Those small changing, life-changing episodes, the people you meet give a better return than you going out there grandstanding, trying to pull in the whole herd and everybody don't make it. That leaves a little slight disappointment in ourselves, but know that those who come into the business and want to work the business, they will, right? And we're just there to help guide them and give them all the information. So those 2 questions were great. I'd love to open the floor, Callie, and ask specific questions to the platform. Where are you struggling? Where are you bumping your heads? And as a group, I think we can come up with some solutions for you to try today. Please go ahead. Unmute, Dana.
I'm just wondering how many, because I'm in the position where I'm starting with my hot, warm, cold list, but how many of those should I message in one day? Should I do the whole list of 100, or how many a day is manageable?
Eric popped into my head. It's levels to the game. It's Diana. Diana, is levels to the game. You want to do 5 a day, 10 a day, 20 a day? Great. That is your pace. That would be your schedule. You want to sit down and dedicate that time to do 100? By all means, go for it. That is what the scheduling book is for. 10 in 1 hour, 20 in 2 hours, whatever you want to schedule. If you can get it done, get it done. Great question. No limits, no ceiling. We don't want ceilings on the dollars, so we can't put ceiling in the work. Good question. Come through, team, come through. Because I know there are a lot of questions. I still have questions from last year. Joseph.
Hi. Okay, so right now as we speak, I'm going back and forth with one of my good customers, and I asked her again, I asked her would she watch the tool, and she said yes, and I asked her what she think of the tool, and she said that the opportunity sounds good, but she's not ready at this time. That's the second time that she's told me that. So I did ask her what Mama Franklin had said yesterday, on a scale of 0 to 10, where are you? And her response was, I'm not sure. So
I remember it like it was yesterday, because it was yesterday. He said that when you get those kind of responses, humor me. You're not sure, humor me. If you were sure, what would it be? 1, you're not, 10, you are. Constantly ask the question. And here is where we teeter that line, team. We don't want to be spammy. We don't want to annoy and pick and nag. So we have to make that judgment call. That is a great thing if she says she's not ready at this time. Mm-hmm. I personally, my own OPI, I would take my calendar book, 30 days from now, make a note, contact her. Hey, I know that you said it wasn't, but listen, this is going on now, or even better, just checking on you.
Okay.
How are things? What can I do to help you through this next portion of the 6th year that we have? I was doing that today. Hey, how can I help you? And what are your goals? How can Bling help you in the next 6 months to encourage you with that? You know, I would constantly stay connected with her, just checking on her.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a great thing that she says, not now, because that may be true. But who knows? Her now could be next week, next month. And you're going to be right there in her inbox saying, how are you? And I am here to serve.
Okay.
Great. That's the thing about consistency, team. If you're there all the time, people remember you when they need you. And you're not hard to find. Great. Questions? I thought them pop up in the chat. What does it mean? And what's her obstacles? When can I follow up with you? Oh yeah, that's a great return. They in the chat, they were just suggesting ask them what are their needs. Yeah, how can I help you with that need? And that gives you insight into why she doesn't feel that this is her time. Because with those needs, you can find that very reason why this is a great opportunity. That we can pull together as a team. Go ahead and drop in the chat your questions. Go ahead and drop in the chat some advice. Yeah, ask her what's holding her up. Why don't you think today is a good time? Have that question. And we all know that texts are fine, messages are great, but when you actually talk to the person, that one-on-one, it changes the game. So yeah, maybe you want to have some more direct conversations. Take her out to lunch. Get together and don't even talk business. Yeah, be that support system for her. And this was another thing that was great that Eric mentioned, and I fell into this trap now, and I'm still trying to get this together. We want to focus our energy on the potential, but we want to focus that 20% on the influential potential versus 80% of when we talked about the small person. Yeah, the average, the check, the I lost my job, the I got laid off, or my kid has large medical bills. We want to focus on those branches versus giving 80% to the influencers and scrolling, and this is what Mark Mitchell said, and we should do this. Find those personal needs. That'll be a great opportunity.
I have some questions from Facebook for you. The first one is from Florence, and it's kind of longer, so bear with me. She says, I see my associates watching me from different organizations I participate with, but some hide when I post on the subject. When she sells, they do not purchase. I do feel ignored, I think she said, with people who are not familiar with me. They act like they love me, but most want to purchase. Hundreds of associates something for her charity, but for her business, they're not supportive. Okay, so I think she's saying she has people that will support her charities and they show up for her in other ways, but they won't support her business at all. I think, Florence, if I butchered your question, I'm sorry, but I think that's what she was trying to say.
Oh, Florence, that sounds frustrating. And that is something that Eric talked about today. The frustration of nonprofit organizations is finding that support. They have to find people to support them in the organization to keep it running for a nonprofit. Sales, on the other hand, is about the connection and matching the need with the person. So and that's hard to gauge. For us, that's hard to gauge. Is your passion, well, obviously you have a passion for both if you're doing both, but where does that passion actually stand firm? Go back to your why. Start telling that story, because if you're in nonprofit, oh, you have a big heart. Special kind of people work nonprofit organizations and keep them going. You have a huge heart. So I would just find your why in that and really focus on that, and the sales will come. Because if they love you in your nonprofit aspect, they'll love you for the jury as well. Try not to show that frustration. That was the training today. Try not to let that ooze out, because it can be read in your messages, it can be read in your voice tone, it can be read in your facial expression, in your body language. I was trained on that for many years. So when we think we're not giving off vibes with our face and our body, we really are. So just keep strong with both of them. You've heard it all the time. Keep going, keep going, keep going with the jury. Pay just as much attention, if not more, to your jury business as you do with your nonprofit. And if you can, commingle, give away gifts, nonprofit. You know, selling jewelry or moving jewelry is just about being in front of the people. So your market is out there, and I'm pretty sure that nonprofit, they're right in front of you. So ask more questions, find out more needs. Yeah, and feed them with what we have.
Okay,
Oh,
I
Jenny,
have-
you sweet girl, you're making me blush down here. Janet,
Okay,
thank
we
you,
have
sweetheart.
one more question from Facebook from Sue that I think is actually really good. I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way. She said, how can we tell others that we can teach them how to make money when we are stuck and barely selling ourselves right now?
We talked about this in social media with Fraser Brooks. You do not have to be making the dollar signs with all the commas to be able to educate the people. We're in the business of education, team. You're talking about your struggles. And that was one of the best trainings for me. Let's not wait until we get to the top of the pyramid to show all of our glitz and glamour and what we've done or what we've gotten now that we're here. Show that struggle behind it, that day to day. Oh, I got to package more jewelry. Oh, I can't buy more jewelry. Oh, tell the people, share that with your team, because I'm pretty sure they will go through some of the same things that you are. That's why you're the leader. You are there to help them not fall into some of those pitfalls. Slow jewelry sales will happen, but know that that momentum is there. The more people you reach out to, the more connections is in the sales. Don't be bothered by, I'm barely making $1, so how can I tell somebody else to? You know that it works. You know that it's a pink book blueprint plan. If it worked for Mama Frank and the Divas, it could work for you and those below. All right, don't be bothered by that. Have fun with it and educate. Show them those struggles, show them those small wins behind it. Yeah, you're a coach too. Everybody on this platform is a coach. You're gaining the information to send it out to the masses. So don't be bothered by the numbers. It's a number game though. Please, Mama Frank, we have about 5
May
minutes.
I add one thing, because we're almost out of time? To me, when I think about paparazzi, I think there's 4 reasons why someone would join. We always talk about the money. We always talk about you can have more time, you can work your own hours, you can do whatever, you can do whatever. To me, that's what I have focused on mostly. But really, when I lost everything in real estate, I felt like a big loser. I felt ugly. I felt not worth much. And just paparazzi, it's not even the jewelry, but the sisterhood, the community, that changed my self-esteem. And we do a lot of that motivation. We do a lot of teaching people that you're worth it and you're important and you're beautiful. So that's number 3. And number 4, the self-esteem, and number 4 is the community, that we have a family here. I mean, look at us. I would bet most of you don't know each other, except for right here, our little pictures on here. And we love each other. And you can get in little groups. You can go to convention and you talk to somebody in line with you. And next thing you know, you're having lunch. And next thing you know, you're BFFs. That's what I love about it. So it can be one of those 4. It's not necessarily always the money. Sometimes you just need some friends. And so I think if we think about that, and if we get out of that hunter mentality and think about farming, people will want to come to us, because we just need to help teach them to be better, to maybe make more money, to have more time, to feel better about themselves, to have some friends. But I will say myself, I'm like, oh, I only have 2 people that said they might be interested. What am I going to do? I got to have somebody. I got to have somebody. I got to have somebody. You got to join. You got to join. You got to join. You got to join. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So that's what I'd like to suggest to you. Just love them and let them know that they don't have to come on for the money. But by darn, if you don't, come on so that we can love you and be friends. The money is just a good thing. But if you don't come and join paparazzi, it's going to be the dumbest mistake you ever made in your life.
It's more for them.
It is.
You see that.
But we got to teach them that. We got to let them see that, instead of saying, you're not going to join. Well, that's the dumbest thing you ever did in your life. I mean, that's how you present it. But Anyway, thank you for letting me interject, Tanya. Sorry.
Thank you, team. We have about 3 minutes. I encourage you, team, go to the Facebook group, drop your questions down on the live chat, and I promise, I'm gonna check every single one, all right? More for me than you.
Love you. See you tomorrow.